Now at 6, authorities in Ottawa County investigate a body found along the Will Rogers Turnpike. Plus, we have more results from a poll of Missourians, this time focusing on national and state politics. And the Kansas Supreme Court rules in a case about the state's self-defense laws.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Authorities are investigating after a body was found along the Will Rogers Turnpike in Ottawa County, Oklahoma. This is KOAM News at 6. Let's take a look at the scene this afternoon, roughly 10 miles northeast of the Miami exit. Oklahoma Highway Patrol and the Quapaw Nation Marshal Service are investigating. Details are few right now. We're going to keep you updated on our website and the KOAM News app as we get more. Joplin police are investigating a shots fired call that took place late last night. At 11:23 p.m. last night, JPD received a report of gunshots in the area of C Street and North Wall Avenue. When officers arrived, they found spent shell casings near an alley and the victim, who was not injured. The victim says he was on a bike being followed by a car when the car bumped into him and knocked him off before someone shot at him. No arrests have been made at this time. No rain at the moment, but we're hoping to get some in the days ahead. Doug Eddy.
Yeah, the past couple days, most of the heaviest rain is kind of skirted around the 4-state area, which stinks, but we are hoping to get some rain because look at our latest drought tracker. Most of us are in an extreme drought here in the red, a little bit better once you get into our northern counties, but we need a nice widespread rain to push through. Only thing going on right now is mainly just a lot of clouds. This little light green, light blue is picking up on a couple light little showers, a couple sprinkles, but that's about it. We do have this batch out toward the west, and this is going to give us some hope for late tonight into tomorrow morning to bring a batch through the region. Temperatures, most of us have cooled down into lower 80s. At this point in time, we'll drop back through the 80s, 70s into the upper 60s later on tonight. We'll look at the rain chances here in just a bit.
Survey USA recently conducted a poll in Missouri timing with next week's primary election. KOAM is partnering with other TV stations in Missouri to report on this series of polls. Jordan Abbey reports on some questions that focus on national and state politics.
Close to 20,000 registered voters were asked again by Survey USA if former President Trump runs again for president in 2024 and if President Biden runs for re-election, who would you vote for? 2 months ago in the survey, Donald Trump won by 15%, as it was when voters went to the polls in 2020. Today, the answer is almost exactly the same, Mr. Trump by 16%. There's more of a drift, though, when looking at demographics. 56% of male survey participants would vote for Donald Trump, compared to 46% of females. 31% of men would vote for President Biden, compared to 39% of females. Survey participants were asked if they approve or disapprove of the job President Biden is doing as president. 9% strongly approve, 50% strongly disapprove. 26% of Democrats strongly approve, while 83% of Republicans strongly disapprove. Survey participants were also asked about more local politics. Close to 20,000 registered voters were asked if they approve or disapprove of the job Mike Parson is doing as governor. Overall, 13% strongly approve, 33% somewhat approve, 20% somewhat disapprove, 22% strongly disapprove, and 12% are not sure. Jordan Abbey, KOAM News.
You can visit our website for more data on these particular polls and previous questions. And be sure to download the KOAM News app for all your election needs. You can also go to our website for election information, koamnewsnow.com/elections. The website includes resources for all of the 4-state areas, such as polling places. You can even check to see if you're registered to vote. Again, that's koamnewsnow.com/elections. The Kansas Supreme Court today ruled that self-defense protections don't apply if a bystander is injured during the incident. The court ruled in the case of a Wichita police officer whose shots at a charging dog wounded a 9-year-old girl. The officer argued he acted in self-defense, but the Supreme Court Justice Dan Biles said Kansas law grants immunity from prosecution for force used specifically against an attacker and does not mention bystanders. The Route 66 Heritage Festival is underway right now in Miami, Oklahoma. It includes plenty of live music, food trucks, a marketplace, and a car show. KOAM's Amber Jenkins is out there live right now.
Yes, Route 66 Heritage Festival started just about an hour ago in downtown Miami. The food trucks are out here and the marketplace is just getting busier by the moment. Here I have Bobby Poole with event staff. Bobby, tell me why this event is so important to the community.
This event is great for Miami because we're tying everything together. We have all these nice tribes here that help the city a lot, and we have Route 66, and we're just trying to develop them where they all come together, and we let the people know that Miami is a town that needs to grow and wants to grow, and we want to be at a great place for kids to grow up, good school system, and the better you do things, the better people will come, and that's what we're looking for. Just turn this into a great place. And we want to thank all the tribes. They are really helpful to us. They're hand signing the Lord's Prayer right now is what you're hearing, and they really support us, so it's a big deal for us, and we're really thankful. We're very, very thankful.
Well, thank you, Bobby. The festival will continue through tomorrow night. Reporting live in Miami, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Amber, have fun out there. You can find a schedule for the festival events at KOAMnewsnow.com. Coming up, how a national organization is showing their thanks to a local police department and some canines. Plus, Missouri American Water celebrates a 3-year-long pipe replacement project.
Approve this message.
Canines for Cops is spreading some positivity. The organization that specializes in providing canines to police departments all across America was in Southeast Kansas today. KOAM Shagun Bamadela has more.
Canine for Cops is on the road as the organization that specializes in providing canines to police departments across America is in Persons, Kansas today, thanking the Persons Police Department for their work.
And we are going to all of our departments in the Midwest and thanking them, thanking for everything they do for their communities, for community relations, for keeping their departments and their cities crime-free and their schools safe.
Sheila is the founder of Canine for Cops.
After Sandy Hook, I thought that there was a need that we could put canines in schools with school resource officers. And Canines for Kids was born, and now we're in over 29 schools and universities.
The chief tells me how Canine for Cops has been an helpful organization to the police department, and also how the canines have been helping to keep schools and students safe.
You know, with detection by the canines, and also that marketing program is also designed to make sure that students are well aware that drugs are not allowed on any of the school campuses.
The chief also says he is thankful for the work the organization is doing in different communities around the country.
I'll give a little bit of thanks for their helping our agency develop, I think now, a very active and involved narcotics canine and detection program.
In person, Shagun Bamadela, KOAM News.
Canines for Cops has given dogs to more than 300 departments nationally. They say those dogs have removed more than $2.5 billion worth of drugs from the streets. Missouri American Water is celebrating the completion of a water pipe replacement project in North Joplin. The multi-phase project began in 2019. About 4.5 miles of 2-inch water pipe was replaced with 8-inch pipe. Officials said the upgrade will supply about 9.5 times more water to the area, improving both water system reliability and fire protection. Some local middle schoolers are also celebrating today. The students graduated from the Compass Academy Network Enrichment Program in a ceremony held at Joplin's Thomas Jefferson Independent Day School. The summer program is free and helps middle school students from all over the area develop skills and a personal vision for their academic future. Today, the graduates received awards and a gift certificate for school supplies.
I've learned a lot, and during the school year, it's gonna help me organize and have a healthier mindset to grow upon. This is Compass's 4th year offering the summer enrichment program.
A little bit later, we're going to check out the Cherokee County Fair, where some folks are putting their tractor driving skills to the test.
Plus, we're going to try to squeeze out a little bit of rain as we head into the weekend. We're going to look at that coming up.
Who is the real?
Well, it still kind of turned out to be a hot day with high temps right around 90 to 91 degrees earlier today, and then the clouds kind of thickened up and our temperature has dropped off, and it's actually decently comfortable outside right now. Nice shot, Lander Chevrolet. This is on the southeast side of the city. We are looking at I-44 east and westbound traffic. Most of us have been dry throughout the daytime hours, just a few random little sprinkles. All right, near 90 yesterday, near 90 today. This is a whole bunch better than what we saw earlier this week with the triple-digit heat, and it's really not that bad. Out there right now, upper 70s, lower 80s, we'll take that. But our humidity has also dropped a little bit, so it feels pretty good. You can see our dew point's right around 60, and that puts us pretty much in that not bad range. So if you are going to get outside this evening, it's going to be fairly comfortable. We are going to have a lot of clouds. You may get a sprinkle or two, but in general, it looks pretty good. 82 northerly winds, 10 to 15, humidity at 47%. Slide back through the 80s, 70s, upper 60s later on tonight. Not a whole bunch going on for us today. We've had some isolated thunderstorms, extreme southwestern Missouri. Right now we just have a lot of clouds. You can see some action popping up on the radar, and these are really just very light showers or sprinkles. But we're going to watch out to the west, down through the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas. A complex should come together later on tonight and then start to work in our direction by the morning hours. But the evening looks pretty quiet. Most of the overnight looks pretty quiet. Then we'll start to get some isolated thunderstorms early tomorrow morning, 5:30 in the morning. Watch the rain increase through the morning hours, and we need this to come together because the heart of the four-state area really hasn't had hardly a drop of rain. Scattered showers and thunderstorms through the morning hours. Some of these storms could be a little bit stronger. And then I think most of this action out of here by the time we head into the afternoon. So here's your day planner. Through the morning hours, it should be wet, which we need. 68 to start, 74 by noon. High temp, very comfortable, 80 degrees when the rain gets out of here tomorrow afternoon. Isolated thunderstorm can pop up tomorrow evening. I think most of you will be dry. Then we do it again, which is good. Tomorrow night into Sunday morning, additional scattered showers and thunderstorms will try to push into the area. Looks like the heaviest will stay in our southern counties, but if we can get 2 batches of rain, or at least 1 batch, that will help put a little bit of a dent into the drought. And then Sunday, we're going to start to heat up a little bit more as we go into the upper 80s for afternoon highs. All right, rainfall amounts. Again, these are scattered storms, so it's hard to tell exact amounts, but I'm hoping a lot of us can get a quarter upwards to a ½ an inch over the weekend. I know it's not a ton, but it is definitely better than nothing. 80 tomorrow, 87 on Sunday. We need this rain because the faucet, whatever leaks out of the faucet, will dry up as we go through next week. Temperatures accelerate upward again, and we go back into the pattern that we've been for most of July.
Yeah, whatever we get, it's not likely to be enough, but at least I guess it's better than nothing.
Yes, it is.
Thanks, Doug. Hey, this is the next to last day for the Cherokee County Fair in Columbus. Today's events included a dairy, cattle, and goat show and a tractor obstacle course for young competitors. 13-year-old Shade Schuberger says he's driven tractors since he was 8 or 9 years old.
I feel like I did all right. I did pretty good driving through this part, but I didn't feel very good about the backing up.
The carnival is now up and running for the evening. Live music begins at 8:30. That fair wraps up tomorrow. Still ahead, we're going to hear from the Joplin Outlaws as they aim for their first ever Mink League championship tonight. And a former local high school standout looks to finish his college career with a big senior season at Pitt State. Jacob Leonard has that and more up next.
The Joplin Outlaws have a chance to clinch their first ever Mink League championship tonight. The Outlaws hit the road this evening to face the St. Joe Mustangs in Game 2 of the League Championship Series. And Joplin Took game one 7-3 in Joplin last night to open the series. Now they need just one win in the next 2 games to take the league crown. We caught up with the team this afternoon to talk about starting the series off with a win last night and aiming to win a league championship in a tough road environment.
We came through in a big spot. It was awesome to have all those people out there. For us, it's good to get one of those wins out of the way because it's hard to win at Phil Welch where St. Joe plays, so that was big for us.
It's easy to get out of out of how you go about your business, especially in St. Joe with how loud it gets, the crowd and everything, but those are the things that don't matter. And for us to be successful tonight, we have to focus on the things that do matter, which is playing the game the right way, hustle out every single at-bat that we can, work every single count that we can, and try to minimize the walks the best we can.
Well, Salvador Perez returns to the Royals lineup tonight after missing the last month due to thumb surgery. Perez and the Royals hit the field this evening for Game 2 of their series against the Yankees, trying to avoid a 4th straight loss. Now, the Royals dropped the opener last night 1-0 on an Aaron Judge walk-off homer. Tonight's game just getting started with no score in the first. We'll have highlights from this one tonight at 10. Speaking of players coming back, the St. Louis Cardinals have Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado back on the field tonight as they kick off a series against the Nationals. That one also in the early stages with no score. Miles Michaelis gets the start on the mound tonight for St. Louis. The Pittsburgh State Gorillas are a little more than a month away from their first football game of the season. Now, this fall, Pitt State returns 15 players who started 4 or more games last year. And that includes wide receiver and former Pittsburgh Purple Dragon Elijah Harris. Now, Harris had a big year in 2021, going for 660 yards and a team-high 7 receiving touchdowns. Here's head coach Brian Wright on what he's looking for out of Harris in his senior campaign.
Elijah is the captain of our football team this year, and the guy that I'm really looking forward to watching lead our football team throughout the course of preseason and on into the season. And Elijah was a really productive player on the offensive side for us. Really had a breakout season, and looking forward to watching him build off of that as well.
Well, today was practice number 3 for the Kansas City Chiefs at training camp in St. Joe. And quarterback Patrick Mahomes talked to the media after practice this morning about some new faces on the offensive side, including rookie wideout Sky Moore, who had an impressive day at camp.
He's a tough player for, he's a smaller as far as height, but he's thicker as far as a receiver. And I think you see that he's making a lot of tough contested catches over the middle. He's thinking a lot because, he's a rookie getting thrown into the offense, and we're not holding back at all. But you can tell when he knows what he's doing. He runs some great routes, has great releases, and I think can be a big part of our offense moving forward.
And that's it for sports. We're back with more news after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran. Gary Merrill served in the U.S. Army from 1966 to 1969. The Webb City, Missouri native was stationed in Vietnam, and we salute Sergeant Gary Merrill, a 4-state hero. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to have the latest on the investigation after a body has been found along the Will Rogers Turnpike. Also, children are among those killed in flooding in Kentucky, and a new warning from China concerning Nancy Pelosi's planned trip to Taiwan. Those stories, a lot more, of course, it's coming up tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We need some rain. We need it desperately, Doug.
We do. It's interesting. Just on the other side of the state and one state over, they're having historic flooding, and we can't get a drop. So we need some pretty good rain this weekend. We do have chances late tonight into tomorrow morning, and then again tomorrow night. Temperatures pretty good over the weekend.
Even parts of Arizona are flooding right now. Final sports note.
Kansas Jayhawk Football Conference released its preseason poll today. The Independence Pirates number 3, defending champion Coffeyville is number 4.
See you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.
Salon service is provided by the